And it's Mandela, along the lines of Nelson Mandela, named after Nelson Mandela, actually, because some time ago, people remember that they had seen that Nelson Mandela, maybe back in the mid 1980s, had passed away when he was incarcerated in jail on Robbins Island. And that was a very sad thing that some people do remember, myself included. And so Art Bell, he was a big late night talk show host at the time. He was on Coast to Coast with Art Bell, and he was getting lots of faxes and phone calls. This would be the late 1990s, the early 2000s. And they were asking, like, why is Nelson Mandela alive again? Didn't he pass away? Isn't he dead? And then the term Mandela Effect didn't quite come into being just yet. That term was coined by Fiona Broome, but I would love to start with Art Bell. I want to give him credit where credit's due, because he's certainly the voice of the late night radio show. And I got to be on one of his programs where he asked me, would I call it the Mandela Effect? And I said, no, I'd call that particular scenario, I would call that the alive again phenomenon. But he was onto something about there's a group of people noticing something together, noticing collectively that we have an alternate memory. And that's the definition I would go to for, that's the one I use in my new book about the Mandela Effect in its society.